This is actually probably a really good example of the volume impetus conversation that I try and teach you in the level 1 course. So you can see one high, two highs, three highs, and I love when I see this because this like literally is the battle right in here. So all you need is some sort of up bar that's lower than this bar to tell you that the bulls have fallen asleep and they lost the battle. Let's go see what Broadcom looks like. I mean, this would be sort of one of the tech stocks. Also, two Palo Alto networks. You know, this is in your neighborhood, Adam and Ed, and I guess Andre. You said you're in San Francisco. I guess like to think about upside objectives. What's a Foggenbaum off of something like this? Oh, that's a bit of a surprise, eh? Or maybe it isn't. Isn't that incredible? You can't write that shit any better. Should we maybe go and buy a put option on this thing today? What do you think? Interesting how you can see the breakout through the top here came on massive buying volume. But and then as we've worked our way higher here, this is actually probably a really good example of the volume impetus conversation that I try and teach you in the level 1 course. So you can see one high, two highs, three highs, and I love when I see this because this like literally is the battle right in here. So all you need is some sort of up bar that's lower than this bar to tell you that the bulls have fallen asleep and they lost the battle. So that was 17.623 million, and this bar right here 14.583. So this move up here is actually the confirmation that the bull has fallen asleep. So believe it or not, actually, that's not a bad idea to go and buy a put. I wonder what would be an appropriate strike where you could actually make some money off of this. Fascinating, eh? And then this AVGO, let's see if we do the Foggenbaums, is it the same thing? So that's there to there. One thing I don't like, okay, so that guy was into there. Interesting how that was a massive volume spike. So in a weird sort of way, I don't think this one looks like it's too early to short. We still need to see the buyers calm down. So they must, I don't know whether they had earnings, but it looks to me like, interesting how though here on this image, you can see that volume impetus. There's one high. There's a second high. So if we get a nice little double top here, and then of course a very low bar, then that'll tell you that this guy his rally is done. But I don't think it's this guy here because that volume recently, I do think that this guy here is in trouble. So that's fascinating. What also would be interesting too is to draw things like momentum studies and just see whether we have like divergence in momentum. What do you think? What do you think the odds are? I'd say probably pretty good, eh? Oh, not bad. Okay, so we don't have the divs yet. We've got location. We have indication from the volume that the bulls are falling asleep. So being bullish here probably doesn't make a lot of sense. Willie is stupidly overbought. So there's another anecdotal reason that being bullish here doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. We don't have the bearish divergence here yet, though. So you might find that price sort of messes around here a bit. But look at this. This is interesting. Our little bull bear divergence tool. We've got 5 potential divergences, right? We ideally want that to convert to confirmed divergences. And then once you see that, then any reason whatsoever to get like an M or some sort of structure, maybe even what would be a candle that we've talked about. And mind you, it doesn't really make sense, but we could get a Haremi, right? Or we could get an empire, or we could get a double top, or we could get a key reversal or something up here that actually is price action that says, yep, price has exhausted itself. We don't have that yet either. So we have location though. It is interesting. I think this thing's probably done. And also too, as a kind of a funny aside, now the problem is the damn stock's so freaking expensive. It probably doesn't make sense for us to even think about options because they'd just be too rich. But if you could think of it, the put premiums are probably very, very low here, like from a implied volatility perspective, because nobody is thinking down right now. So you might be able to buy puts cheap just because the stock is like literally going parabolic here.